John Thornton here, allproblogger.com, with our special guest, Joe Reedy from the Cincinnati Enquirer, covering the Bengals, the best in town. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good, John. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. We're going to talk a little bit about the Bengals, their roster, the draft. But first, I just want to ask you how the NFL lockout is affecting you and how you cover the team, if there's anything different. I know there's no free agency, but what's different for you other than, like I said, no free agency going on?
First couple weeks of March, I didn't have to lock myself in the house that first weekend because of free agency. But I think right now, in terms of draft preparation and stuff, we're still good, trying to figure out when the schedule's going to come, which that'll probably be in a week or two. I think it really hits folks like me on April 30th because we don't know what's going to happen. Now, the weekend after, I'm used to covering a rookie mini camp. I'm going to go back to Churchill Downs and do the Derby, which I did before I came back on the beat. But there'll be a meeting next month in Indianapolis that I'll go to. The league spring meetings will be there. But I think that'll be the time of the year when everything slows up, that we're all wondering what happens then, because that's, for us, that's when it's going to hit all the writers then.
Now, is that league meeting for the writers? Is that something you guys do every year?
This will be the spring meeting. It's usually that spring meeting is when a couple of the Super Bowl cities are selected and stuff. It's a 1 to 2 day thing, kind of anything from the league meetings that didn't get done, it would get done there. It's in Indianapolis this year just to give the owners and stuff a 200-day out impression of how the Super Bowl preparations are going on in the host city, because they're going to have it there. So I'll go up to that because it's nearby. But I mean, we might find out then what the work rules are, or we could be a week or two in the free agency, depending on how litigation's going as far as how everything is. But we'll have a pretty good idea one way or another just how the season's going to be affected then.
Do you guys get to talk to the draft picks once they're picked? I read something about that, how they'll do. I don't know if the guys will get to come back to the cities, but they may do the media from the draft spot, or you guys get to call the players. How does that work this year?
It'll be like normal, where the players will get the call. We'll be, as soon as they're selected, we'll get to contact them and stuff. It's the second the draft ends when all of a sudden, for people associated with the team, that contact ends. There'll still be the draft news conferences and stuff in the host cities, depending on if the players can make it, because there's going to be the NFLPA event that a lot of those prospects are going to attend, and there's a busy schedule that Friday. So, but they'll allow the prospects to attend, be in the complex. They can't talk to coaches or anything. It'll just be marketing and PR based, but no meetings with coaches, or usually that's around the time when they're like rookie mini camps next week. Here's a schedule and stuff, but any contact with coaches will be banned.
All right. I want to ask you something about your in-season schedule. You travel to the city. When do you travel to the city? Say if the Bengals are playing Baltimore, they're playing in San Diego. If they were playing Baltimore, you always go out the day before of a West Coast trip. Do you go out 2 days before the team? I mean, how does that work?
I'll go out on Saturday for most road games. Only exception is the West Coast. I'll go out Friday night because I'm taking the red eye back late Sunday night. So that's kind of the trade-off. It's like, I don't want to do a Saturday visit and a red eye on Sunday.
Okay.
Which unfortunately this team had to do 2 years ago when they played Oakland. But I'll usually take a late flight out Friday night and then take that red eye Sunday night.
Do you do your story? You do your write-ups before you leave? Is that how it works?
Yeah, with the game day section that we did this year and everything, all this stuff had to be in Friday, just some injury updates and stuff. It was interesting, the Jets game, because there was a 1 day turnaround and having to do everything then, but usually everything's in by Friday afternoon, and Saturday's a day off. For the most part, I'll still do a couple blog posts and stuff on Saturday, though.
And you do your post-game stuff right after the game before you fly back, is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay.